Hey y'all, it is Asia, the fumbling farmer here. I'm going to take you quickly indoors and just see what I'm seed starting inside, and then we're going to go outdoors and look at things because it's actually nice outside. All right, so let's get you flipped around. All right, so here I have a bunch of stuff. This is yarrow and hyssop and snapdragons, and there's some basil in the back. This is lavender and rosemary and the goji berry right here. So that's that top shelf. Then down here I have more basil in the back, more hyssop here. I just replanted these yesterday and some of them are not looking too happy. So hopefully I give them a little more time and they won't look so floppy. But then others are looking, these ones look okay. So we'll see. These are my peppers. I'm really happy with the peppers. I germinated them indoors. My kids are playing video games. Sorry, they're kind of loud. But I germinated them indoors. And this is eggplant here. I germinated them in little seed trays first before I planted them. And every single seed I planted came up. And they look pretty happy and healthy. All right, up here is some other stuff. This might be a little failed experiment, but like coleus and cumin here and shallots. And then here's my leeks and onions. And then down here is more stuff that's starting, more peppers. And then just some other things that I'm trying to start in the little, and this hyssop in the back, some feverfew back there also. So just some other stuff. So that's kind of what I got going on in here. And then after the success of the peppers, I was like, well, let me try my tomatoes the same way. So I have all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are ground cherries, not really tomatoes, but 9 kinds of tomatoes that I'm trying to grow. And I'm just seeing if I can germinate them in these little moist paper towel trays, and then see what happens. I actually got some pineapple ground cherries to already germinate, and I've already planted them. But I'm just trying to see if more of these seeds. These took so long, y'all. I planted them at the beginning of February, or put them in here at the beginning of February, and they just started popping out roots like maybe 5 days ago. So don't give up if like your seeds are just sitting there. Some of them might take a little bit longer, and these ones definitely did. All right, let's go outside. All right, we're going to start in the front yard because it's spring and all kinds of stuff is busting out. So here we go, okay? All right. So in here, it still looks a little bit messy, but this foxglove survived the winter in a pot. So hopefully I might plant it in the ground or I might just leave it in there. I don't know. We'll see. This is rosemary. It has little yellow spots on the leaves, which I think is from the cold, but I think it'll bounce back okay. Back there, that's like some kind of ornamental allium sort of thing, like little oniony flowers. And you can see on my hydrangeas, they're starting to get just their little bulbs in there. Where's my finger? I'm trying to find it. Like their little green things growing on them. Those love the springtime. These are randomly primroses right here. And then this is my lavender here. And so it looks like it made it decently. Lavender always just grows so crazy. In the pictures, they always show that growing in like this neat, well-behaved bush, and mine is never well-behaved. These are my supposed to be Shasta daisies, but they never actually did anything, but they keep getting more and more green growth on them. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to let it be. And then this is another hydrangea getting its little greenness on there. And then those, okay, it's a little bit hard to see because it's kind of, but this here are all my mallow plants. I have several mallow plants because I just love the big old flowers on them. All right, and then my mailbox flowers are showing out, and they're really cute. And they're not showing out, they're just nothing. They're something. So I'm going to show y'all that. Yes. Aren't they cute? I just like the little cheerfulness. This is where certain people keep running into my mailbox. And I've finally given it up, and now it's just a 3-fenced mailbox instead of a 4-fenced mailbox. I also have, I think these are tulips coming in here. I keep forgetting what they are. And then like the sedum is coming in here. And then I have some foxglove right there. So fun stuff in there. I'm planning to add some annuals in there as well to fill in between, but I really want to get the flowers to perennials that come back and look good and I don't have to do too much with them. Here are some hyacinths. Look at these little babies. So sweet. So just popping up in between there. And those are some kind of like irises or something like that. So those are coming up. And more coming up over here. So cute. I love like the green through the brown leaves. Makes me feel so hopeful. So those are all coming up around my little tree there. I don't know what this is. Maybe another type of iris too. I don't know. Anyway, so hyacinths there. I'm trying to find something else underneath these trees up here, because in the summertime it's all shaded. Like both of these things under here are shaded. But in the wintertime they get sunlight. So I don't know. All right. Then I have the snapdragon. This is now its second winter surviving. And it gets like, whenever it gets really cold, the leaves get like that. But then when it starts warming up, the new growth is all nice. So I'm going to keep that in there. This is my Jenny, Creeping Jenny. And this is a chrysanthemum, but I don't know if it's surviving or what it's doing in life. So we'll see. This I planted red Reuben basil here just because I liked the coloring of it. And I sprinkled the seeds in the base. So I'm kind of hoping that it'll come up when it gets warm enough. That's just empty. This is a delphinium. Last year it kind of struggled to get going, but it looks really strong and good this year. It just came up on its own. All right, and then back there is that. That's a little azalea there. I have to fix my chair. I have to get some more screws for it though. And here's two more foxgloves that kind of survived. And then my little hellebores or Lenten rose, whatever you call them. I can't wait till they start spreading out and get this area. This area is another hard one because in the spring it gets light, but then in the summer it's shaded by those trees again. And there's another hydrangea here in this corner that's starting to get little buds on it. Here's another pot of snapdragons. I love snapdragons. They're my favorite flowers. And then over here, a little side bed. Usually black-eyed Susans start popping up over there, so we'll see. And I'm growing a lot of stuff that I'm planning to put in here too, like adding some of the yarrow here and some of the other stuff. I think these are bachelor buttons, but there's also more of the hyssop stuff there. I mean, not hyssop, more of the allium. And this is my sweet little lamb's ear. There's like I think it's a begonia plant, allegedly a bush, but right now it's just two stalks. It's struggling between the cold and the bugs. And here's another unruly lavender. It looks really happy. Smells good. Oh Lord, there's a bird eating our thing. I think we need to repaint, because if it's going in there, then there must be bugs. Look at that thing. Anyway, time to paint the house. And there's a little hyacinth. These are asters, purple asters coming up there, and that's the yellow roses I planted in the fall. It looked a little rough, but it's starting to look pretty good, so we'll see what happens. All right. And then over here, this was where I had the watermelons and borage last year, and a peach tree. But the peach tree was a gift from the neighbor, and he ended up having to give it to me like midsummer, and then I went away for a couple weeks and we didn't really water it well. So it's looking a little rough. Like all of these are really brown, and these stems here are red, and it looks like some little blossomy things. But I don't know. We're gonna pray for the peach tree. All right, and there's another hydrangea back there, but this is another one where I like planted it really late, so I don't know how it's going to do back here. Okay, and I have to pick that flower up. Fell down from my fence. Two of them fell. Where's the other one? Oh, it's over there in the ditch. Oh dear, that must have been a breezy day. All right, let's keep going. One of my things I want to do this year is along this fence, I want to put sunflowers, and along this wall right here, I want to put sunflowers. So that's my plan, because sunflowers don't really grow good with other stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and then in Nyla's garden, I think I planted some more little tulips down here. I don't know if y'all can see them. Right there is good, and that one over there. So those are coming up nicely. I'm just going to close the fence real quick. Okay. And then in Anissa's garden is a little more established than Nyla's garden, because Anissa's was the first one to get set up. But she has these sweet little crocuses. Look at them. So cute and happy. And then there's like grape hyacinths there, and then the little jonquils. There's some lovely weeds growing in the back. So I'll give the ground a little bit more time, and then I'll come and clean the leaves out and see what's coming up. It rained, so it's very soggy. Their sand pit is a water pit right now, and the mud kitchen is just that, mud. This tomato trellis thing, I still haven't covered up the hole here because I still need to cut the piece of wood and put it in here and screw everything together. So that's on the to-do list today, is to get this trellis finished. And then once it gets finished there, I'm going to set this up and connect. I gotta let it go to show it, but I want to connect these two pieces of wood going across with some bars just for extra support is my plan. But my garlic is in this bed doing pretty good. So it looks happy. That's that. All right, let's keep going. All right. I got a lot of pots and buckets this year because I'm planning to put a lot of the herbs and stuff in buckets. All right, this bed is still sleeping. I'm going to use those back there bamboo things to kind of make some trellises with. I want a lot of random trellises. This is my collard greens. They got a little bit cold. It looks like the little purplish is from cold, and some of them got some bug damage down there, but they look pretty good. And I think I'm gonna start harvesting soon, maybe. I don't know. Like that one back there looks like it's ready to go. Like I could just start picking the leaves off and figuring out how to cook them. Cause y'all, I like to eat collard greens, but I ain't gonna lie, I don't know how to cook collard greens. So we gonna figure it out. I'm gonna ask a friend and consult some cookbooks and watch some YouTube videos, because that's what I do when I don't know something. So we'll see. All right, let's see what else. Some strawberries in that container. There's also some lettuce in this bed too, right there. These are calendula that kind of made it over the winter. Lots of grass and stuff in there. My husband planted grass in the yard last year, and a lot of his grass seed got into my buckets, which was fine. Just pull it out. It's all right. So that's that. These kale, oh, they're going to seed. These kale really got us through this summer. That was like our fresh greens. This whole, I think I'm going to harvest the rest, because they're all going to seed here in the middle. So I think I'm going to harvest the rest of these and pull them out of here, which is good, because when I first started gardening, I had 3 beds, and there were these little plastic wood looking things frames that I got, and the other 2 have been dismantled and removed, and this is the last small one. But what I was going to do is actually extend this out and make it a bigger bed coming out. And I was kind of feeling a little bit sad, because I was like, oh, my kale's doing so good. It kept us fed all like winter if I wanted something fresh. And I was like, I don't want to pull it up. I want to leave it. But I'm kind of glad it's going to seed now, because now I could pull it up and get working on building those beds. Of course, the beets are in there too, so I might have to still wait a little bit, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. Okay, let's keep going. So in here is was where the lemon balm is. It's still there. I mean, that's it. But I think I'm going to pull all of this up, like just get it out of there, refresh the whole bucket, plant some new lemon balm in there. This is cilantro and some more calendula and some more random grass. Let's get that out of there. There's also other random weeds in here too. Like I don't think that's calendula, and those are, so yep. And then this is rosemary. I kept it. It looks better than the other one because it's been undercover the whole time. All right, this is the bed where I planted everything too late. So during the winter, like I planted them and then it got cold, so they didn't do anything. These are Brussels sprouts and either cauliflower or broccoli or cauliflower. I can't remember which I planted in which row. And so they just sat there all winter. Like basically everything was this size all winter long. But now, as it's getting warmer, it looks like it's kind of like perking up a little bit and starting to do something. So I was going to come pull all this out, but then when I took the cover off and I realized, oh, it looks kind of big. And then I spilled some lettuce seeds in the corner over there, so that's random lettuce. And then I have more garlic in here. This garlic was planted earlier than the other garlic, so we'll see. And look at the daggone squirrels picking up my stuff. Okay, so that's that. There's the blueberry bushes. So this one is starting to get buds on it right here. You can see them. And these will come along soon after. This one is getting a little bit here, but their branches are nice and red, which is like, gives me hope that they're alive. So that's that. This is an empty bucket right now. It's just full of weeds. But I plant something in there. We'll see. Figure it out. I'm planning to put a new bed in this space. I'm going to pick up this wood thing and put a new bed here. And then I want a trellis to go from this bed kind of over. So I have to build some trellises. These are my chives, looking nice and healthy. And this is thyme. And y'all, like the soil down here sucks. Like it's really hard to see, but it like all fell through this thing, like drained out of it. Like the soil eroded, and it's just like a little root ball in soil, and the chives are so freaking happy. I don't understand. All right, this is where I had my peppers last year. I'm going to do something else this year, but there is some small sage in here too that I'm planning to just leave forever. Okay, I have to figure out what I'm going to do with those, because strawberries down here was not successful because it got all dried out if I didn't come down. So I think I need to move this up to my deck and then put something in it, like herbs or something like that in there. My mint, I cut it, there's peppermint and like spearmint. I cut it way back in the winter and it's starting to come back nicely. And the same with this oregano. I cut it all the way back and it's starting to come back nicely. So, and I'm really glad I put them in these little blocks because they grow like crazy and they just be wanting to escape all the time. All right, there's more chives over here. And there's this mammoth cilantro bush. It's not even a plant, legit, it's a bush. And then earlier this winter on a nice day, the strawberry bed was over here, but it like was right up against this other bed. So it was really, you couldn't walk in between, and it was really hard to like do anything on either side. So I removed the strawberry bed. That was one of my original small beds. I removed that. And I just built an extension onto this bed here. So now I have kind of a walkway, sort of up to there. That's just interesting. So it's not really a walkway, but at least it's like clear down here. And then I got to figure out what I'm doing here. There's weeds growing and stuff, so I need to get cardboard in there to get that down. And then here we have, I have finally decided that these are parsnips. That's what I'm going for. And they struggled through the winter. I didn't cover it at all. But they're here and they're growing. So hey. Then there's a random garlic. And then I think I'm going to get thyme forever from this bed. That's what it smells like, I think. So this is growing here. And I'm probably going to have to keep pulling it out because I don't want it to be everywhere, but I'll leave a little bit as just like a little thing. And I think this is a daikon radish that I also planted too late in the fall. But I think I need to just pull it up because look, its poor little body is out of the thing and it looks like something's eaten it. And I just like to see it there to let me know that things survive in harsh times. All right, and then my carrot bed, I'm soon going to pick these up too. I'm planning to order compost and just put a layer of compost in all these beds, top them off a little bit. So stuff got to go pretty much. And the things I planted stuff in the winter got a layer of compost, so that's just going to get a thin layer on top. But I think it got to go. Anyway, back to the carrots. Okay, so here we are with the carrots, but look at these babies. Look at this. Look at that in there. Hey, guy. So carrots grow pretty well in this bed here, so I think I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing, because look at that there. What happy little carrots. This is the second round I did. I did one round in spring, and then I did another round in late summer, and this is the late summer one. So they take a while. You got to leave them there and just ignore them for a little bit. But they're fun. And then on the other side of that is some cilantro. I don't know why I planted so much cilantro. So that's that. So I think the final thing now is to take you up. Where should I take you up? Let's go check on my fig tree first. My poor little fig tree. I got it from a friend. It survived last summer. But let's see if it survived this. Okay, so here's the little fig tree. I'm seeing little leaf node movement here. So hopefully it gets bigger than this year. I don't know. Then I have like irises here and chrysanthemums. So other stuff is growing along the edge here randomly. I always have to tell my husband what they are because he just comes and like chops them down. But they always come back again too, so there's that. All right, let's go on up to the porch and see what's going on there. And then that'll be the end of our tour. That's all I got. Okay, here we go. Okay, so parsley here and more cilantro. Okay, little action. I gotta get those cleaned. Here we have a thyme. I came out in the winter time. I came out in the winter and grabbed a lot of this during cooking and stuff. It was nice to have it right here on the porch. And more cilantro and a little grass dude in here too. Come here, buddy. I ain't got space for you in here. We got a lot going on. Okay. This is actually chives from last year that never actually got repotted. And they are still, it's growing again. Poor baby. I have to find something to do with that. All right, this is a celery that I started indoors. And I'm trying to harden them off right now. So I brought them out for 1 hour on like Thursday and 2 hours on Friday, 3 hours on Saturday. And now it's Sunday, so they'll be out here for like 4 hours. They're not in exact straight up sunlight yet, but it's getting there. All right, and then, okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you this, but look at that. It's a little artichoke. How much fun is that? And then in here, there's stuff growing. Let's see, in the chamomile, there's stuff going. All right, and then I wrote these in like the wrong kind of marker and it came off. So this one doesn't really have too much going on. But this one here has something growing and I don't know what it is. So this is winter sowing surprise. And then I planted lupine and comfrey and hollyhock in here just to see what would come up. And I think that's comfrey there because it doesn't look like hollyhock or lupine leaves. And that's the only thing coming up in there so far. So that's what I got going on. So that's my garden, y'all. Just trying to figure it out and see what happens. I'm really excited about this growing season. Excited to have y'all kind of come through it with me and see what's going on. So now I'm going to go and get to work and try to get that trellis finished. Try to get maybe the garden bed set up that I want to, and get some other things done while we have a nice, warm, although a little soggy day. All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging with me. Happy gardening.